Good morning, guys, or afternoon, wherever you are in the country or the world. Thank you for joining. My name is Dr. Rob Kelly, the Addiction Doctor, along with Jennifer Lovely, my co-host as usual. Good to be back, guys. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Great show coming ahead, Jen. What do you reckon?
I know. I can't wait to see the comedy.
I know. It's going to be awesome. Where are you and what's the weather like?
Almost sunny, Whidbey Island. And
of course, you're on the island.
I'm on the island. Yes. So it's nice. It's going to be in the 70s. So that's like a woo for us.
Yeah. Well, San Antonio, as you guys know, and overcast and raining. That's an unusual. It's kind of the opposite, you know. But there you go. It's gonna be a great day.
Yes, it is.
How was your week, Jan?
My week this week was very interesting. There was lots of interesting things going on. The lunar moon apparently made people overly concerned about a lot of different things. It was very interesting. How about you?
Same thing, really, because everybody kept texting, and especially poor Janet. They all go to Janet now. So yeah, a lot of people having a really weird week and a weird time, including me, I guess. So yeah. we didn't go out anywhere. We tried to stay in apart from appointments. Just stay away from everybody. That's how we roll when it's something like this. But, you know, when somebody told me, I think it was Janet about a year ago about all this, I didn't really believe it. But I've been tracking it, you know, the full moons and the retrograde and all that. And it's just so true. It's like, it's unbelievable.
I know.
You know?
I know.
So the old myth about the full moon, it's like, and a friend of mine was telling me, he's a police officer, and he said, we get more people in the station to be locked up on a full moon than any other else. And I'm saying, no way. I think it's true. I believe him today.
Yeah.
So I know you're asking, guys out there, who's on the show today? Well, if you see the Facebook posts, another post, we have Michael Weitzman, Bip Olar, a.k.a. Mrs. Staying Alive, on the show. He's a comedian. He's a great guy in recovery. He mixes comedy with a serious message. So that's why we thought we'd have him back. But we had him first time as Michael Weitzman. So it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be really funny. So I want you to sit back. I want you to enjoy the show. And let's just ride with it, guys. Mrs. Staying Alive with us in 15 seconds. Welcome back, guys, and good morning or afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Dr. Rob Kelly, the Addiction Doctor, along with Jennifer Lovely. And who do we have in the third screen, I ask?
We have, you want to say it or I say it? It's up to you.
You say it.
My name is Mrs. Staying Alive. I'm basically Patch Adams meets Mrs. Dotfire. It's my little tribute to the amazing Robin Williams. And I'm getting rid of this terrible stigma of mental illness by using humor is my biggest wellness tool. And it's all about equality, equity, diversity, and inclusion for all types of people, no matter what's going on with you. Mentally ill, addiction, suicide thoughts, disabled, elderly, chronic illness. We all are what? Created equal. And that's why I'm so happy to be on your show today.
Well, welcome. Absolutely. We're so glad to have you here today. And Red Nose Day is coming up soon, guys. So make sure you're available for that. So I want to talk about the early days, and then I want to stream into some comedy for us, and then obviously bring today and what you do and how many people you help, because I really think people don't know how many people we help. And with the hundreds of thousands of people with a ripple effect you help, I think it's an amazing idea. I really do. So take us back to where it first started for you.
Well, it all started when my parents got together. No, let's not go that far back. It all started when I was about 5 or 6 years old. I used to stutter, and then people made fun of me. And then when I was 16, that's when the mental illness came. When I couldn't pass my road test, I failed 3 different times. So during that time, And then for 25 years, trying to find a good job, and finally I did, I suffered in silence with my mental illness. That's really what happened. And then I tried everything, the medicine, the psychiatry, the talker. I call that the triangle, but I could not get and stay mentally well. That was about 15 years. And I had 2 children and a husband. But unfortunately, for 40 years, I suffered and suffered in silence with my mental health condition, and I could not get and stay mentally well. I tried everything, Dr. Rob. I tried everything, Jennifer. It did not work.
So what works now?
What happened is that I had a divine intervention, a divine moment, and I had a aha moment that when I went into my 6th psychiatric hospital on October 16th, 2014, I made a decision. I'm going to do something. I'm going to get and stay mentally well. I'm going and I did that right before Robin Williams' suicide took Robin Williams' life on August 11, 2014. So I decided to go into the mental health field. And in that psychiatric hospital, my 6th, it became like, oh my God, I am now going to be a spokesman. I am going to be an advocate. I'm going to be a speaker and a performer. And most importantly, I'm going to be a sit-down comedian because I'm old. And then when I'm Michael Weitzman and people are no longer, I'm a regular stand-up comedian.
That's awesome. So many people, when they say mental illness, we say mental injury because we believe you can get over it because it covers a vast array of mental disease. What particular, where were you in that spectrum?
I was into major depression, bipolar. That's when I got diagnosed in 1999 when I came out of the mental health closet. That's what happened back then. And it was just awful, suffering so many years with that. And yes, I do use now in my workshop, I say mental illness is no good. I say mental health injury, and I give Dr. Rob Kelly the credit he deserves. And when I talk about things about Dr. Rob, I'm not stupid. I might look like I am, but I say the problem is not our drinking, it's our thinking. And I talk about, because that's Dr. Rob Kelly's line, Jennifer. You know that.
Yes, I do know that. Thank you for sharing that again.
No problem.
So talk to me about where you take staying alive. So
I used to dance and perform at nursing homes and assisted living places when my mom was alive. And I used to dress up as a woman for Halloween, and I used to always win awards, being this really gorgeous looking, check out the boobies, gorgeous looking woman. You know, look, Jennifer, and look, see, you're lovely. I love your name. I love everything about you, but look how hot I am. I'm hot.
So
I
hot.
haven't seen anything like this. So it really started back then, and I just haven't stopped. It's really important, as I tell people, to try different types of wellness tools. It could be anything. You can use Dr. Rob Kelly as a wellness tool. You can try a guy named Dr. Amen for the brain. You can try so many different things: meditation, deep breathing exercises, affirmations, creed, prayer, God, Bible. And then you got to try my favorite, using humor as my biggest wellness tool, because I am gorgeous looking. There's nobody like me. Oh my God, my boobies keep coming up. I'm sorry.
I love that. I love it. Absolutely love it. Let me ask you something, because you've been around, you spoke at hundreds of places. Why is the general public still, first of all, doesn't understand, and secondly, doesn't want to know about mental illness? What's the stigma there that you found?
It's, oh my God. Well, that's why my workshop is in my workshop. It's the third amigo is someone that doesn't suffer with a mental health condition. Usually I go, thank you, Mazel Tov, good to you. But those are the people that don't get it. They don't know what it tastes like and what it feels like. And they're afraid that someone might have the word, we don't want to say anymore, but mental illness. And they just believe these different myths that you can catch it by touching someone or having sex with them. They don't understand. They think I'm going to be violent if somebody has mental illness, or we call it mental health condition. And they just are not educated. And that's what I do. Education and awareness, as Michael Weitzman, Bibble on the Longer, or as Mr. Staying Alive with the big boobies. It doesn't matter. This is what it's all about. It's all about education and letting them know that it's okay. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Don't feel guilt and shame that you have an addiction or suicide thoughts or opioid use. The thing or mental health condition. What is the most important thing? You still have strength inside your body, ladies and gentlemen, even if you are suffering or struggling. And that's what it's all about. Acceptance and opening up about your mental health and say, you know what? I got to work on my recovery. And there's people like Dr. Rob Kelly. There's someone like myself as a resource. There's a psychiatrist. There's all types of people. But you try these different types. And maybe you want to use somebody like myself that's what? That is different. Boy, am I different. Or relatable. It's being relatable. That I can relate to people that have tried to take their life. I did. Or relatable by misusing medicine. I did. Or relatable by suffering for 40 years with a mental health condition. I've been there. And I'm trying to normalize it. Just walking down the street, all you do, you have someone that has an arm that's been a sling, needs to heal. So does your brain. Same thing.
Yeah, I totally hear you. So there's a new show out called The Me You Can't See. Have you seen it?
No, I have not.
Yeah, so it's all about mental health, and it's all about talking about the parts of ourselves that we can't see. So what do you really want people to know about mental health? Not so much from a stigma standpoint, but what do you want to know? Like, it can manifest in many different ways. Can you express to our audience what ways?
As I said, but I'll say it again. The most important thing I want people to understand is that I want them to come out. I want them to stop living in denial, whether they don't have a drinking problem or a drug problem, or they don't have a mental health problem, when they do. And it's okay to get help and work on your recovery. And don't feel that shame or guilt.
I totally hear you. I hear you, Mike. What I'm curious about, though, is what are some symptoms that people may or may not have that you can share?
Oh, well, I could share from my own is that firstly, during the pandemic, and especially when I was very sick for those 40 years on and off, there was what am I suffering with? Isolation. I was isolated so many different times. I wasn't going to parties. I wasn't going anywhere. I would stay at home, put the covers over my head, and do nothing. That's called the cave of hell. That's what I did. I've also had so much anxiety, so much stress. I would do this, beat myself up. These are just some of the symptoms. There's so many symptoms. I would also have anger inside of me for whatever reasons. Also be sad. Also be mad because I can't get rid of this terrible mental health condition. It won't go away. I tried everything. But then it was the wellness tool from the wellness toolbox. That's what got me to the promised land to get and stay mentally well. So yes, I suffered with all of these different symptoms. And I want people to understand it's okay if you're dealing with it, but what are you doing to get help to work on it? That's the key. Get out of it. Come in and get the help you need. There's so many people that you can work with recovery. And that's what it's all about.
Yes, definitely. That's what it's all about. I think the mental injury is something that we cannot stop. Especially if addiction or brain injury. But what you can stop is you can stop the pain by seeking help, like you just said. And the quicker you do, people often ask me when they call up, they say about my daughter, or when I do a podcast, they text me, what's the best thing I can do? My advice is to start dialogue with either the children or the parents or whoever it is that's suffering in your family. Start dialogue. And secondly, this is a family disease. So the husband needs to come in with you, and your kids, if you have any, need to come in with you. And most of them go, well, why do I have to do that? And it's because it's a family deal. Everybody suffers. And the amount of time I've had people say to me, well, I'm the alcoholic. How does my wife suffer? Oh, my goodness. Where do you want to start? And what's even funnier is when the wives get on with, like, say, Jen, and they go, okay, let's talk about Michael. No. This is about you. Not the alcoholic. This is about you. So we're also trying to spread And that's been my focus since I came to America 14 years ago. Was I was sick and tired of people dying of addiction, and I was sick and tired of people not taking any notice. So I wanted to become a public figure so I can shout to millions of people rather than a few hundred and educate them, just like you are now. So how do most people receive you when you go out as Mrs. Staying Alive?
The most important thing, if it's Mrs. Staying Alive or Bipolar No Longer, or just as Michael Weitzman, I'm telling you, there's something called passion. Passion is something you can't go to school and say, I want to take Passion 101. There is no such course called that. It's all about life experiences, going through your struggles, your disappointments, your situations, and your circumstances. And the question is, how do you deal with them? And how do you go to now helping yourself to now how I'm helping others? So I went first to take care of myself. Now it's not about me anymore. What can I do to help you? That's the most important thing. And I'm doing it either staying alive in my character or as Bipolar No Longer and Michael Weitzman. It doesn't matter because it's all about that passion that's inside of me. I call it basically the virus that you want. You don't want the coronavirus. You don't want the flu. You want the Michael Weitzman, Bipolar Staying Alive virus to spread all over you inside your body, your soul, because I'm very infectious and contagious. But if I go inside you, I'm telling you, my passion is going to do everything they can to help you with your mental health challenges, and so much more. That's what it's all about with Mrs. Staying Alive.
Nice. So can you do some jokes for us so we can see how funny?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yes.
I just want to get, by the way, did you get the vaccine? Did you guys?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I got the vaccine a little while ago. I got the vaccine. They put the shot right here in the arm. Oh my God. I am so excited. I waited a long time. I am so excited. I got the shot in the arm. I am so excited, guys. You know why I'm so excited? Because it's been many, many years that something's gone inside of me.
Oh, nice.
Little dirty, but not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, they have different types of undergarments and diapers for the elderly. Did you know that? They have different names. They got different names. They got one called Pause. I said, that's a great name for an undergarment. Then they got one called Always. I say, that's a really excellent name for an undergarment for an elderly. And then they have one called Depends. And I'm saying, I don't know about that. Is it working? I don't know. Depends. I don't want that under my tush. So let me tell you about Little Johnny. This is one that you gotta love. Everybody knows a Little Johnny joke, right? Dr. Robin, Jennifer, everybody knows one. But Little Johnny's like 8 or 9 years old. And Little Johnny has to go to the bathroom. So he goes over to his teacher and he says, Teacher, I got to take a piss. So the teacher says, whoa, we can't talk like that here. That's not what we say, Little Johnny. We don't talk. If you have to go to the bathroom, you have to say you have to urinate. That's the word. So Mary, can you put that word in a sentence for Johnny? So Mary goes, yes, when I go home from school, my baby brother, he urinates in the diaper and my mom changes it. Excellent, Mary. Now, Tommy, can you put one in a sentence for Johnny? Yes, when I go home from school, my dad urinates standing up and my mom urinates sitting down. Excellent, Tommy. Now, Johnny, are you getting it? Did you put this in a sentence now? And Johnny goes, yeah. And he goes, you're an 8, but if you had bigger kids, you'd be a 10.
Nice.
No.
Nice.
Oh, I love that, guys.
You know why Jewish people make a lot? You know, what do you call a Jewish man that makes a lot of coffee? A Jewish man that makes a lot of coffee. What do you call him?
Don't know.
A Hebrew.
Nice.
Guys, Mrs. Staying Alive is on the show. Stick around. We'll be back just after this. Hey guys, welcome back. If you're just listening, not watching, that was Take 12 Radio. Such a great guy, Monty Myers. Stick around and listen to that because me and Jennifer are going to be on that either later this early this month or later on the next month. I'm not sure, but keep watching. We're going to be on it. Quick shout out to two of my friends who always tune in. God bless them. And that's Ellie Lawton. Jennifer knows her. And Carol Rossi. I know that we became friends on Facebook. She goes back to my early days at school between the ages of 11 and 16. Good to see you doing good, Carol. Okay, it's all yours, Jen. What we got?
Wow. Well, this has really been delightful to see you again, Michael, and Mrs. Staying Alive. What's next for you?
My next first, I auditioned for Britain's Got Talent. I'm trying to get on that because they didn't get me on America's Got Talent. I'm very disappointed about that. But I'm really trying to get nationally known and also worldly known. I'm starting to get a little bit of connection in the UK with a lot of people, which Dr. Rob Kelly knows about that. He lived there for a while. So it's me working on exposure, but not showing my tushy. I'm going to do everything else to really help people with their mental health. And it's all about getting rid of the stigma and also about opening up with your mental health, with acceptance and opening up, telling your stories. As Dr. Rob just said, it's all about all of us, even Dr. Rob, even you, Jennifer, all about telling our stories of even the bad stuff, but also show all the good stuff that's been going on. And then using the wellness toolbox, very importantly. And of course, let's not forget, using humor as one of your biggest wellness tools, because that's what we need to try as another type of way for your recovery to discovery.
We've got to know what's in the wellness toolbox. You've got to show us what's in there. What tools have you got in there?
Well, the tools in here are all over, but this is a tool that I had. You see this? I made this in a psychiatric hospital. This is a bobblehead dog. Yeah, this is what got me better. Right. I'm just kidding, guys. This did not get me better, but it was really good for people to do art therapy. That's a good thing. Doing a meditation. I'm not saying don't do medicine. I'm not saying don't see a therapist or see a psychiatrist. They're all good people, but try meditation, deep breathing exercises, affirmations, a creed, prayer, God, Bible. I'm a Jewish man that accepted Jesus. That's a wellness tool. So many different wellness tools, acupuncture, hypnosis, walks around the beach, exercise. I mean, you can go on. Improvement books, Wayne Dyer, self-improvement books and tapes, watching funny movies like Patch Adams, Mrs. Stay, all these different things. Music, listening to my favorite group, the Bee Gees, Staying Alive, because that's my name with an N, Stay In Alive, because I don't want to have copyright infringements. So this is the thing that needs to be done. Try all these types of wellness tools. Dr. Rob Kelly is a wellness tool. Everybody, there's so many types of wellness tools that people need to try and use what's best for you, but don't give up like I didn't do. For 40 years suffering in silence, and I came up with a workshop while I was in a psychiatric hospital, similar to Patch Adams. And it's all about using the workshop, the 3 Amigos of mental health, to really educate and inspire and tell my story that you can get well and you can stay mentally well, because I can do it, so can you.
I like that. I really do like that. Listen, Mrs. Staying Alive, Mike Weitzman and Bip Ola no longer. Where can we find you if somebody wants to get hold of you?
Best way is emailing it M Weitzman. That's M Weitzman, WEITZMAN 3 @gmail.com. And of course, just like Dr. Rob Kelly does, he gives his cell number out. I do the same thing too, 914-523-5766. And I just want to give another boost to Dr. Rob Kelly, because again, people, step out of the disease and into the solution. Yes, I do my homework, Dr. Rob Kelly. I know about you. I love you. And you've given me an opportunity to be on your show as Michael Weitzman and Mrs. Staying Alive. I can't ask for more. You guys are beautiful. And Jennifer, you're an amazing person too. Don't just because I haven't talked to you as much, you're just as important as all of us in this world. And I love you too.
Thank you.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming on the show. You'll be on again, no doubt. But for now, guys, Mrs. Staying Alive, what a great time we had. Thank you so much indeed. Guys, we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the back end of the show, guys. That was Mike Wiseman as Mrs. Staying Alive. Such great comedy, such a great time, such a great guy. You know, I'm so busy, and Jen's busy, and we're crazy. We don't get back to people, and this is forever as much as we want to. So I know Mike's frustrated sometimes. We can't always get back to him, but we love the guy. We love his humor. We love what he does, and he's making a big difference. He really is making a big difference. And to be honest with you, one of the reasons to stay in touch with him is going to be huge. It's going to make it to the worldly TV mega guy. And that's why we love him so much.
Well,
so,
and he's
Jen,
really passionate about what he does.
He is. And that's the main thing. I love people who's passionate. I don't love people that are in it for the money. I know you got a job to do, guys. And I know all the Texan Treatment Center are amazing people. But at the end of the day, if you love what you do, as my dad said, you'd never work a day in your life. But I like to see the passion. I like to see people going the extra mile like we do. I mean, we ask questions you shouldn't ask, and we're loud, and we're cocky, and we're arrogant, and we're noisy. I mean, this is just the way it is for us, because if we recover out loud, maybe somebody can survive in silence, and that's what it's about. Hey, what happened to them courses, Jen? Are they still going?
They're still going. Yes. We're starting June 5th. We're so excited. Ready to go. Are you ready to go, sir?
Oh, without a doubt, I'm ready to go every time. So first course was passed. Everybody passed the first course. It was amazing. So such great guys, already coaching some of them. And I've got to tell you, though, because if you want something about the course or learn about it or get onto it or whatever you need to do, get them fast. It's filling up. But recovermecoaching.com. recovermecoaching.com is where you'll find all the information. You can also give a shout out to us or Jen or Janet. You all know Janet, or Courtney. You all know Courtney. Just one of them guys, and then register. But let me tell you something now. I don't sell shit is what I don't do, because our work and our reputation speak for itself. We only take on a certain amount of people, and the same thing with the course. If you're just coming up with a checkbook and want to fly through it and just do half the course, please don't apply. This doesn't apply to you. This is a course, okay? Get this. So we know about the brain science. We know what Rob's going to do. He's going to do this, going to do that. You know, he's going to take you through a little bit of the book. He's going to do. We all know what I do, but Jennifer, with the family systems, with the working on you, and with getting you to aspire beyond your wildest dreams before you go working with the coaches. So don't be confused. This isn't a coaching course for sober coaches. This is working on yourself first through the first couple of weeks. And then when we get you there, then we're going to tell you all about recovery coaching. We're going to tell you how to build a business, how to build a website, where you start with the marketing, how much you should charge, and all that great stuff. So we leave you with a certificate, which is obviously going to be well known. And you have something in print that you can show people that you have passed the exam with Recover Me Coaching. And it's one of the best. I've had people come on. We both have, Jen, saying blatantly, this is a $10,000 course.
Yeah.
Because you cover such a spectrum. You know, it's not just how to become a coach. We're working on everything. We're working on things like brain science. We're looking on brain spotting. We're talking about somatic experience. We're talking about NLP. We're talking about family systems. We're talking about where your childhood was messed up and why you don't feel great today, but you so want to serve people and become a recovery coach. That's what it's about, Jen.
Yeah. And also it's also about codependency and overcoming that, right? Looking at our own stuff so that we can move that out of the way, so we can be available to the rest of the world and serve them in the way that serves us as well. So, and we're excited. Some of our students that we had this last time, they really are missing their weekends. They really miss spending time with us. It's so funny. So it's really fun. It's really, it's not only fun, but it's fascinating. And you build a community. And that's one thing that I really love is that we're building a community of coaches. We're building people to go out, not only change their own lives, but change the lives of others. So check us out, recovermecoaching.com.
Awesome.
Sign
And we're also running in conjunction what's called the affiliate program, and that will take you to a private Facebook page called the affiliate program page, where ex pupils only get access, nobody else. If you pass the exam, you will get access. Before that, you will not get an invitation. I'm going to put some great stuff on there. You can ask us questions. We'll help you with stuff throughout the year as you're getting your stuff together and breaking out into this new career. We're doing this for one thing. So if you think we're sat here, me and Jen, going, how much money can we make? You've got to jump onto one session. You know, the cost is minimal, I think, but you have to jump onto one session and look at the passion, the knowledge, and the information that we give in them 3 hours. So a module is 3 hours long on the Saturday, 4 hours long on the Sunday, and we cover so much that you'll be very impressed. And you can use this. I don't care if you're a stage 3 counselor, whether you're LCDC, whatever, you're just starting off, you will not learn the stuff that we have anywhere. It's a brand new program that we're proud of.
Yes, we are. So check us out. Call me, call Rob, call Janet.
Excellent, guys. Not too sure who we have on next week. It's no doubtly a great guest, but you know how mine and Jen's day go. We get the date the night before. So I know what I'm doing today, and that's all I want to know, what I'm doing today. And whatever comes tomorrow or next week will come. But I know we have a great guest, so stick with us, guys. Message us, like us on platforms, and follow us, because we're going places, guys, and we would like to take you with me. So from me, I'll say have a great week, guys, and I'll see you next Friday.
Yes, and have a great long weekend. Stay safe out there, all of you. Bye.
Bye, guys.